Hey everyone, welcome to another podcast of Give Them Something to Talk About. Today we are talking about how sometimes you just need to be quiet. It's very common for speech therapists to work with nonverbal children. Children can be nonverbal for a variety of reasons, and there are a variety of strategies that your therapist will use to encourage children to use verbal language. One of the first strategies I teach parents is modeling. Modeling language helps the child connect actions or objects to words and generally helps the child learn the language being used. Make sure you are consistently modeling language for your child because successful language development is dependent on consistency and repetition. But what happens when this doesn't work? I was working with a 2-year-old that wasn't using language verbally but was very bright. When he listens, he obviously understands what I'm saying to him. But he doesn't always listen. Any person that has spent time around toddlers know this is pretty typical for his age. But with this little guy, using words is a lot harder for him. He understands what I'm saying, but sometimes the stubbornness he shows by not responding is actually task awareness. He knows how hard it is to say words, so he is pausing to let me say the words for him. This kid is smart. He has tricked his speech therapist and his mother into thinking that he didn't have the ability to produce words yet. During therapy, we are playing with the ball because that is his favorite toy at the moment. I'm modeling language for him and he is really enjoying the activity, but he isn't attempting to use any words. His mother is in the session, so occasionally I'll stop and explain something so she can reproduce the activities at home. I'm holding the ball during the time I am speaking to his mother, and the next thing we know, he is yelling, "Bah!" at me. I look at him, but I don't respond immediately, so he yells, "Bah! Bah! Bah!" His mother and I are extremely happy. We praise him for talking and immediately give him the ball when he asks for it. Now, of course, we want him to do it again and do it consistently. Logically speaking, he has used the word a couple of times, so he should be able to say it again in the same context, right? Not always. It's not always as easy as just saying the word again. In the time he said ball and the time we wanted him to say it again, we've placed more demands on him. He was listening to us talking and he has been processing or trying to understand what we've said. Sometimes that processing simply takes time. We now understand that we haven't been allowing time for him to process what was said, to think of what he wanted to say, to coordinate the movements of his mouth, and then produce the sound or the word. We were talking so much to him and modeling great language that we didn't give him the time he needed to say the word. We thought we were doing the right things, modeling and encouraging the child to use language, but by accident, we discovered that he needed more time to process and produce the word that we wanted to hear. We adjusted our interactions, adding longer pauses to wait for him to respond. Initially, the time we waited for him to respond was uncomfortably long for us. We wanted to help him along, prompt him, and give him a model, but we persevered. He initially took much longer than you would normally give a child to respond, but our new approach elicited more results. Slowly but surely, he responded more and consistently. I am always learning something from my patients. They teach me as much as I teach them. This kiddo is doing great, and I'll never forget that sometimes you just need to be quiet. If your child is having difficulty using language to communicate, please give us a call. We offer free phone consultations to determine if speech therapy is appropriate for your child.